Hello, Facebook Live. Today is day 10 of the 30-day Facebook Live challenge. And today is the first day where I literally had no idea what to talk about. That doesn't happen very often with me, I have to say. Normally, I always have ideas what to talk about. I'm always inspired and I always come up with many topics. But today was one of those rare days where I felt totally uninspired all day. Like, no inspiration, no motivation. Sorry, I'm still a bit sick. No motivation to be creative, felt no inspiration at all. And I was just like, not coming up with anything and not feeling the call to even sit down and brainstorm and figure it out. And so early I was then really like pushing myself. Let me try to fix that light here because it's a bit intense. Let's see if that's better. Okay, that's better. I was really pushing myself, thinking, nah, I have to come up with something. I have to have an idea and I have to bring a topic today when I show up. And so I was really starting to pressure myself and push myself. And I was starting to become really harsh on myself. And while that was going on, I caught myself and I noticed how much pressure I was putting on myself and how much that actually made things worse, not better. The more I tried to come up with a topic, the less I could think I could come up with anything. And so I did the one thing like I didn't think I would ever do, which was deciding to just pop on here, unprepared, with no topic, and just allow the flow. And as I made that decision, I realized something. There is just a natural rhythm and cycle to things. And that's why this life is called Honoring the Seasons. And there's phases in life, just like there's seasons in nature. There is a phase where everything blooms, where everything comes to life, begins to grow, blooms and shows, and like nature wakes up in spring. And then there's a phase of summer where everything comes to fruition, where the world ripens, everything becomes lush and green and full, and the peak of life, the season of the peak of life. And then there's the fall phase where the last fruits ripen and the harvest happens, and then slowly the leaves start turning and falling off the trees, and there's slowly the death phase happening, and slowly nature is dying again and letting go of what it has created within the last seasons and returning to a neutral state. And then winter comes and snow covers the land. And nature returns into a state of rest and recovery and calm and reflection and being turned inwards. And this neutral place of just being, waiting, presence, reflection, and turning inwards, resting, recovering. Before then, the cycle starts again. And it's like that, not just in nature, but in life. For every living creature, we move in phases, we move in seasons. Life has cycles and seasons in which we turn and move. And that includes days, like for me today, we're just at 0 point frequency, neutral space, calmness, emptiness, feeling uninspired, feeling uncreative, no desire to do or make anything happen. A 0 point state, a neutral ground where we need to stay for a while to gather our resources, to recover and to recenter and to realign, just like nature does. And that is perfectly okay. No, then doesn't need to be any pressure to perform. And that is the thing that I see that we do. And that is the thing that I caught myself doing. This constant pressure to perform, this constant pressure to be the same every day, to be at the same height of your skills every day, and to deliver, and perform. It's not natural, and it's not sustainable. It's okay to move in seasons. It's okay to have phases where you're inspired and you bloom and you grow, and then you have this incredible creation and you're coming to life and you're reaching the peak and you create and you bring things to fruition. And then there's phases where you have to let go. When fall arrives and the harvest comes in, and then there's things to let go of. The leaves need to fall off the trees. And then there's winter phases. Phases of calm, inward reflection, stillness, empty space, neutral space, 0 point frequency, where we become still and recenter and realign in the stillness, so that then when spring arrives again, we can bloom again. Because everything is born from the void. Everything is born from the nothing. It's just like that. The whole universe was literally born from nothing, from dark matter, from the empty space. The everything was born, and it's still like that up to today. Black holes birth worlds, but you can't rush the process. Yes, the empty space, the empty matter, the void. It's the space where creation comes from. It's the space where worlds are born from. But you cannot rush the process. You have to let it happen on its own terms, in its own rhythm. You can't force a black hole to birth a world before it's ready. It's not going to work. Just like you can't force the leaves to fall in autumn before they're ready. You can't make the snow fall. Allow the flow. Allow things to have their own timing. Allow yourself to have your natural own timing. That might not correspond to what society tells you your timing is supposed to be. But you move in cycles and seasons. And wherever you're at right now, that season's going to come to an end too. And something else is going to come after that. Allow that to happen. Allow that process. And if you're like me in a space of a void right now, a black hole, know that when you come out of this, on the other side, you will have birthed the whole world. But you cannot force that process to happen faster than it naturally would. You can't push it. You can't force it. You can't make it happen because you want it to. You have to allow the process. And when we do, magic happens. When we just allow the process and we don't interrupt it by trying to make something happen that is just not ready to happen yet, then we birth worlds. We birth worlds. And so, that's a piece of wisdom that I want to leave you with today, that wanted to flow through me for you, but just as much for me today. And so I will take that advice myself, and I will allow the process and just be in the space, the void, the emptiness. Move through it at my own pace. Allow the process to unfold. And I'm curious about the worlds that are going to be birthed on the other side of this. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up. Share with me in the comments below what you think, what you feel, how you experience this yourself in your life. And if there's anyone you feel like should hear this, please always feel free to share. And I'm going to see you tomorrow to another day of this 30-day life challenge. It's always a pleasure to come be with you, even when I don't know what to talk about at first. Well, it just flows through me then. Sometimes we just gotta be a good channel, right? Love you. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.